How's it going everyone? I hope you've been doing well. In today's video, I'll be presenting my personal equipment tier list. This will be applicable to all players. To note, the only armor sets I've upgraded a great deal would be those in the highest SS tier, and some in the S tier. For new players, acquiring the SS tier items is more difficult, so it's entirely okay if you start upgrading those in A and S tier first as you acquire them. I'll attach a quick snippet of where you can get these armor sets as of the making of this video. With that out of the way, let's jump right into it. In no particular order, the Achilles and Abyss sets are the two sets that are worthy of really upgrading, not only because they have decent set bonuses, but their base stats are higher than the rest of the sets on this list, so in the end, the Achilles and Abyss sets will end up having more stats after reinforcement. The Abyss set offers 30% attack and 48% crit rate for the 2 and 3 set bonus respectively, which makes using part of this set viable for healers and damage dealers in slasher mode. As for the Achilles set, the 2 set bonus offers 40% attack, which is ideal for healers. If you're able to get 3 pieces of the set, then you could use that for your healer or damage dealer, as it's a good combination for both character archetypes. Just note that the main drawback of the Achilles set is that it has no crit rate nor penetration. The next 3 sets in the SS tier are the Guardian, Slasher, and Witch sets. The Guardian set is one of the best armor sets in the game as it provides a lot of everything, most importantly 20% damage reduction, which really improves your character's survivability. I typically keep this set on Mia at all times nowadays. The Slasher set is similar to the Achilles set in the sense that having the 3 set bonus provides both attack and 10% damage reduction, which is typically seen on healers. The difference between the two is that having the full Slasher set gives penetration and crit rate, whereas the complete Achilles set provides active skill damage and much more crit damage. For beginners, it may be easier starting out with a Slasher, as you can acquire Slasher coins quicker than Chaos coins from Raid, but in the end, you'll want both highly upgraded as they're useful for mostly everyone. The Witch set takes elements from both the Slasher and Achilles set, having penetration, active skill damage, damage reduction, and an increase in crit rate. I usually leave this exclusively on Kane. I won't go too deeply into the other armor sets in the B, A, and S tiers, however I will give a brief synopsis about them. For most players, I would avoid the 2 sets in B tier, the Odin and the Iden Royal sets, as they don't provide as good of set bonuses as the sets above them. You can use them if you have nothing else. For most new and intermediate level players, you'll most likely be using the armor sets in A and S tier, as you're slowly acquiring and upgrading those in SS tier, which are more difficult to obtain and transcend. In A tier, you have the Dragon, Light, and Ares sets, which can all be unlocked after stage 280, Dark Dragon Dungeon, and through 5-star equipment chests. The Dark Dragon set is best known for its decent amount of penetration, which isn't heavily needed until the mid to late game when you have bosses with penetration resistance. Nevertheless, its attack and penetration bonuses make it great for the early game and especially the late game, making it a worthwhile set to upgrade. As for the light armor sets, I've always viewed this as a great set for your secondary damage dealer. It's a great set for archers and warriors as it provides attack, crit rate, defense, penetration, and crit damage all in one package. It's almost like a baby brother to the Guardian set in the SS tier. The Ares set is the last in the A tier and also the least used in my experience. Other than its attack bonuses, it doesn't provide much else compared to other armor sets. In boss fights where the boss can't reach Yui, then I would give 3 pieces of the Ares set to her, as that is the 3-piece bonus with the most attack. Above A tier is finally the S tier. You can't go wrong with upgrading any of these gear sets. If you're like me, then you probably can't afford to upgrade all of them to a high extent, so you'll likely have some sets more upgraded than others. For me, I use the Temple Knight and the Demon set more often over the White Dragon and Ancient set, though everyone is different. I'm not saying this is the best way by any means. The Ancient set is a very good set that offers a great deal of defense, however I began to use it less and less as I acquired the other sets in the SS tier that had damage reduction such as Slasher, Guardian, Witch, and the Achilles sets. Damage reduction scales better than defense late game, so that's why I've stopped using the Ancient set. The reason why I haven't upgraded my White Dragon set is because it used to be very hard to acquire through Raid, but has recently been made available through farming. So for new and current players, the White Dragon set is a very good set for bossing in most situations in general. The remaining 2 sets to talk about in this tier are the Temple Knight and Demon sets. The Temple Knight set is a very strong early to mid game set as it provides penetration which can help break through some walls, especially against bosses with penetration resistance. I often use it on characters with strong active skills such as Irie and Charon. The Demon set, on the other hand, to me, is like a slightly better version of the Light Armor set. It provides a little bit of everything. It gives decent offensive and defensive stats, making it very versatile. It grants attack, crit rate, crit damage, and penetration, making it viable for damage dealers, but also provides health and damage reduction, which makes it good for anyone in general. In conclusion, there's not a correct path that you have to follow. However, I hope what I showed for you today has helped clarify what I, along with most others, have done and used ourselves. If you're brand new to the game, then I'd recommend you watch my beginner and intermediate guides to learn more about what equipment is recommended for each class. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them in the comment section below. Thanks again for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.